Hello and welcome to Devcast Ops. I'm joined by James tonight on stream, and Wally is hiding around in the background, pressing some buttons and sending some stuff out. So today we are looking at providing ingress into our cluster, as currently the way we access it is through Cloudflare. And when we were doing our day zero stream, we realized that we kind of have a bit of a weird dependency because we need agents inside reaching out. So we thought a better way to deal with it is we're going to give our boxes public IPs and then set up some firewalls to route to them. So
we did also, the only reason at the start we didn't give our boxes public IPs, other than it gives us some level of safety and like if we mess up, no one can touch it, is they cost something. They cost, was it 0.5 of a cent?
Oh, it's going up. It used to be 0.4.
Yeah, I mean, IPs are a limited resource.
My only
But
concern is
like,
that it doesn't say have the time frame of how long that 0.4% lasts you. It's just this is how long. This is the cost. Like, is that hourly,
if it's
monthly?
sometimes normally it's hourly actually for cloud stuff, but that's still nothing. Like in the grand scheme of our costs, an IP address is nothing. So, and if it is, we can turn it off and we can do a different way.
We did look at using IPv6 for a while for this, but we kind of, it's not fully fledged the support for it. It's quite a lot of stuff.
IPv6 is really nice, but if I want to spin up a game server that I want anyone to be able to connect to without any problems, IPv6 isn't there yet.
Yeah, which is sad because it's free. But
it's getting there. Like we will slowly. I mean, slowly we'll have to. Like we are running out of IPs.
even with the natting that has fixed the initial giant fear.
The only thing natting did is in my house I don't have 100 public IP addresses because it all just nats. Like it's the like home consumers which now have servers and internet providers that are starting to give people public IP addresses again.
Yeah.
Well, static IP addresses.
The US default static. Yeah.
What do you say?
I think in the default in the US it's static.
Oh really? No, I had to pay a little bit extra static. Anyway, here is our Go code. This is for our main server. I don't think anything's really changed since. Like it's changed for a while. All IPv6 stuff, we had to comment it out because I don't think this code is telling it to use dual stack, which means that IPv6 doesn't work and it complains at it. A problem for future to fix. For the day zero stream, we had to comment this out for the server to start. And I think that's all we need to do. Job.
Thank you for watching, everyone. We'll see you next week.
So let's
at least let it apply first.
Oops. Public IPv4.
So what? I imagine this isn't really going to do that much because we'll have the IPv4 address, but I think all of our firewalls are set up to not give any access. So
it depends if server debug is set to true. Server debug is true, which I have no idea where that gets set. We should have to SSH onto the box. And it defaults to true. So we should be able to SSH. The only thing we can do to our main server is going to be hit SSH.
Perfect.
I will turn that off. But for now, actually having something I can... Oh, I've turned Cloudflare on. Oh, I have a public IP. This is going to bounce.
Why does Minio want to be?
Well, it's going, this attached disk isn't something I care about. I'm going to ignore that. That's a big problem if it's like, if it starts wanting to remove stuff the clients have added. Because that's what CSI does, is that in GCP it looks like a attached disk.
I'm just wondering if there's, I guess we could fiddle with the lifecycle rules. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the rule? Attached disk. I do think we're going to have to bounce ourselves this like though. I don't think this is a in-place change. But we can find out.
I guess it depends how it assigns a public IP. Whether it can just attach it to the original NIC, or if it has to kind of, if it needs to restart or attach new NIC.
From looking on the UI, we can't just this is the current NIC. We can't just edit it. No, actually we can, because it'll be that one.
I think we can get away with standard.
Standard?
We need premium. Well,
that's something about routing. I don't know. Let's find out if this works. Let's discard this one. I think there is let's change the tier to standard.
And then when we need better things later on, we can upgrade.
Pump it. It doesn't tell me what's it's changing.
It's doing something.
Well, it's because it's the network thing. I'm gonna tell it to be standard.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I mean, if it's not, we can change it. Like, I had a quick look, and there's talking about like regional versus global IPs, which I don't really know what that means, but it's probably where the DNS like lives, or where like the propagation lives.
Is there a DNS behind an IP? I thought IP was just the address.
No, sorry, where the routing is, like where the router that says the IP, where that lives. Because if there's multiple hops to find out where the IP lives, that's slower than if it's a global thing that's only a few hops.
Yeah, I guess having it local for us isn't a huge issue. It will be if I think it'll be a little while before we need to do global IPs.
I mean, the 200 gig, or the other thing is if we want to do cross cloud clients, the latency may matter. Maybe. Cool.
Although I think if we were setting it up, I'd like to see if we could do it with the higher latency.
Yeah, we now have an IP address.
Does it work? That's the same NIC.
Yes, it does.
That's good.
Perfect. Stream done. So yeah, so we can SSH. But if I just put this, I mean, SSH isn't something we want. We actually want to turn that off. I think if anything, having to go through Cloudflare to SSH is quite a nice, safe way of controlling SSH. What we want to do is be able to go like 64, or HTTPS something.
Yep.
That's what we want to be able to do. Or trigger traffic or something.
Ping doesn't work either. That routing.
No,
Isn't
ping
it?
wouldn't. Because
Yeah.
ping is an ICMP thing, and you need to have a specific firewall open to enable it.
It always annoys me when someone's like, when I'm trying to connect something on a specific port and they go, oh, but it's reachable over ping. I was like, great.
You need to telnet to the port.
I need the port. Yeah. Just run that full network scan.
Actually, can't remember how it works. Not like that. p5.1.214.243-p22. Oh, it's just 20. It looks like I just do space.
That's how I've always done it. But it's been a while since telnetting.
There's a chance also that telnet doesn't work in page 22. Anyway, not what we're here for. We're going to turn off debug server.
My old laptop where I did all the like cybersecurity training on, that's got a whole load of pen testing tools on it, which is quite fun to mess around with it.
So we're doing tag-based networking. So this is what our current networking stack looks like. So we've got the Cloudflare tunnel, which is what lets Cloudflare talk out and talk in. I think it's just all out. Yeah, that's all out. So that lets us talk to Cloudflare, which lets us go in via it. We've got full internal, including ICMP. This lets anyone that's inside the network do what they want. Anyone can talk to and from a nomad client to any IPs in GCP. We've got allow load balancer, which is for when we were doing load balancer stuff that I didn't really like. But this currently I also used for the IPv6. So we could change this to allow anyone in. And this is then like anyone with this tag can talk to it. Or we can do more of this way, which is each application has its own tag, and we tag all the applications we want to allow access to.
I've been in favor of the application-based one because it's more granular.
Turn that one off. So we're not going to about load. Load balancer may come back because we'll probably do some of the traffic.
Yeah,
No,
I can't remember traffic. Does it route? It does route the traffic, doesn't it?
Traffic does do routing, yeah.
Yeah. So you expose the traffic node, and that will then route the traffic behind the firewall.
Do we want to split services into UI and everything else?
When you say UI and everything else,
sorry,
API.
API.
API and UI.
So sorry, API and everything else. So like this currently, I can connect a Nomad client from outside the system via this firewall. Should we just be like, you can just talk to the API?
I think for now, just be able to talk to the API, as we have no good reason to have access. We're not doing multi-cloud at the moment.
But that may also want to do a IP lockdown for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just do 4646. Oh, no, I don't.
I'd create a new one instead.
Yeah, there's no reason why I can't just leave this up. I don't think files cost anything. API.
Very surprised, but now you've said it, I am tempted to look.
They're probably a like traffic cost, with my assumption. Source ranges. Should I just set source ranges to? Should I do a variable, or should I just set this to everyone?
To
everyone.
I'd be tempted to set it as a variable that defaults to everyone. So
Okay.
if we decide that we want to lock down our access at some point, or if we ever do put a load balancer up somewhere, we can just swap that to the load balancer IP.
List. Might as well change the other one as well. Yeah, so just going to allow IPv4 sources. I think the other one is allowed IPv6 addresses. They're slightly different. Cool. That is the Nomad API.
There is a cost associated with the firewall, and it is per sort of. There's a 1.8 cents cost per gigabyte of data evaluated through the firewall.
Okay. So a rule that doesn't do anything, doesn't cost anything. It's only when data gets evaluated. Nice. God, why can't I know remember Vault's IP?
8200.
8200. Oh, it's because it's so close to console. That's the problem. 8200. I'm going to call this Vault IP.
I spent enough time manually adding ports to vault addresses because they weren't forwarded. Didn't have load. They did have a load balancer, but they didn't have. It just did the direct port. It didn't route from 443, so they're very much burned into my skull.
Well, that's the other question. Do we want to do, like, if we can get traffic, whatever you want to call it up, we could actually make it so that does 443 routing.
I think it would be nice because you just have devcar or vault.devcastops, and that would just route to the correct one. Like, there's no real reason, especially when you're just going to the UIs, to have to specify the port.
Well, it's these are all on the same server. You need to have some form of load balance or DNS in front of it, or routing in front of it.
DNS is much more sort of human friendly.
Git add git commit.
All of our DNS is in Cloudflare, right?
Yep.
Is that public, that resolution?
Yes. They are currently, anyone can go to vault.devcastops.com. It takes you to a private IP address.
Yeah.
I will now change it. Like, this won't give us fully working until I change it to the new IP address. And in the future, I will probably make it so it's an automatic thing, because I want Cloudflare telephone providers. So it takes the automatic IP and updates it. But I think when I tried it before, I was having some issues. I can't fully remember. Though that's one of those things I don't really want to do on stream, just because of how bad that can go wrong if someone gets any of the information.
Yeah, that's something you do in a dummy account that you can burn afterwards.
Yeah. Buy a dummy domain name and just mess with it, or show off the code once it's written. Like, I have no problem showing it. I'm more than happy that I will have built it in a good way at the end. It's just, while deving, it's nicer to be like silly. Why is the update failed?
Should be fine. We don't need to run that on agent. Must be match regex. What character have you put in that's not allowed?
Empty.
Try null.
I mean, it needs to be a string. There needs to be nothing or a string. This actually can be anything.
Although, like, would regular null not just void it? Because sometimes Terraform will just pass it through as null. Be a little bit cleaner if we can get it to do it.
Well, no, because it's still an item in a list. I need to do like merge and then doing it that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because all that's just going to equal nothing in quotes. I mean, this is a tag that doesn't mean anything. Like,
don't. Yeah. Fair enough.
I mean, I may tidy that up later, but that is not something we need to do during the stream. Because you could probably do quite nice, or you could have a ternary statement there or something more useful. Which, if you can find it, you're welcome to.
It would be a merge and an if, probably.
Probably.
Would be the way I would go about it, off like just without having to.
Because a merge, if a merge gets an empty list, it'll quite happily merge an empty list. It'll quite happily merge nothing into something in a way that doesn't add anything. But,
I don't have watch on this laptop.
So that worked. That worked. God, firewalls are one of those things that the fact it's just like, boom, it works is always a little bit confusing to me.
Well, the firewalls already, I wonder, they must evaluate the traffic.
It's live. I added new firewalls. Yeah. Literally, the time it took me to apply Terraform and click go, everything started working. So yeah. And we can do a 200.
You're going to get cert errors.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I've already accepted that I don't like the cert for this thing, and now it's fine because it's port's fine. Should we do Cloudflare change?
Yeah, or we could do a dirty temporary token, but no, Cloudflare change seems to would be more appropriate.
Well, no, I was just gonna, quickly update this IP in Cloudflare. Well, no one's looking.
No one's looking. Broadcasting to the World Wide Web.
Edits. Oh, I can technically do proxying now as well through Cloudflare. So you can do Cloudflare, do some like you can do some sort of like security and stuff through Cloudflare.
Interesting.
Oh, nomad console.
Proxying is something that I use when necessary, but I've never really looked into the details of it that much.
So if we wanted to protect against, like, I don't know, we're streaming online, maybe 100,000 people, or someone wants to DDoS us, the Cloudflare proxy will protect. It can like protect this 1 Vault server from getting DDoSed.
Oh, I wonder if there's anything native in GCP.
To a level, well, yes, but you have to add it. If we're doing a load balancer, then it would protect it. It also, I think it can hide the IP address. There you go. And it's like it's the normal one, but
you run a dig. That's probably the cleanest way to do it.
Is there no way I can see it in Chrome?
I have no idea.
I don't. Oh, I was messing with phone stuff.
Yeah, the A name's coming back with the IP.
Yeah, this is problem of like I'm still in Cloudflare, so I can't guarantee that this all works. But anyway,
I just grab a terminal and dig it if you want to have visual proof that.
Dig vault.devcast.com. Yay!
There you go.
That one. It's like, what? Where am I looking? Well, that was unsurprisingly very quick. Do we want to look at traffic? We've got half an hour left.
I guess we may as well give it a go, get it running. Famous last word. We've done it before, so in theory,
We should have all the code somewhere. I can't guarantee where the code is. Okay. Close all these. Close all these. So I want, this is a nomad core thing. Wait, do I even just have the code in here?
It was so long ago that we did the traffic demo.html.
That's something while I was doing. I'm going to pull my code.
That's just favoritism, that is.
Okay, and then I just need to steal this.
I wonder if they ever updated it to work with, was it admin partitions in console that we were having issues with when we did this with our client?
Yes.
So it doesn't natively support them. There was a janky workaround of the, if you exported the console environment variables into the shell that system despawned to start the process, it would work.
Oh, nice and jank. Oh yeah, our console doesn't work currently. So this uses Nomad as its backend, so it's fine. We should probably fix console at some point.
Yeah, it's definitely the abandoned child of our cluster.
We'll get there. We'll get there. I want to, now we've got networking up, I want to get more stuff through traffic. And actually, if we can get traffic working, it'd be really fun to lock down our main server and only do this stuff via the client. Okay.
I guess
that's traffic.
Networking by tags on. I wonder if we could do it in a smart enough way that. Oh, we probably could get it so if traffic deploys to a client, that client is then assigned a public IP, which is only routable for 443, and that is our ingress.
You'd want to go that when a server is spawned, then it can do stuff. I don't know if you can get the tags. So if we go our clients, Vault API, no.
Well, Vault API.
It's one of our network tags. I was curious if we could get the network tags.
Oh.
And we've got all our envoy stuff. Yeah, like it's quite interesting because like it gets all the metadata.
You can create custom metadata in the config file, so you can inject it at boot.
So this is the server metadata. So we can add, like this is the start script. This is how we do login. So we could specify this ourselves as a box metadata, and then we can use that to say whether traffic can start or not on the server. There's also some. Oh, yeah, this has worked, but this only works on start. We've not restarted the server. So yeah, it goes platform GC tag load balancer, if that is true. then let traffic one.
Yeah.
So it's something like that. What was I doing? Oh yeah,
Traffic.
I've put the modules in a module repo now.
Oh, nice.
It doesn't need any variables.
Don't think so. What we need to variabilize in there?
Sorry, sequence.
Cool. If we had cons, I'm trying to remember how we gave it console creds. I think it just used the local certs on the box.
Well, so this
is using Nomad.
But it is an authenticated check. This actually does need an token to work. I don't know if the demo. Yeah, well, I fixed it in this demo. Maybe I should do. Oh God, do I care?
Get it running now.
Let's not worry about Nomad for now. Oh God. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that.
You want to get rid of the comment as well?
Yeah. So this isn't gonna like pull in. This is just gonna be the website up and running.
That's fine. We can. Be good just to show it as an ingress. Because this is on present on 443. Is 443 rootable? I guess we need to set up a new rule.
No, I was going to deploy this first.
Mm.
Get
This is nothing about the websites. Because we can set up traffic because then we've got
it can also just be one content. We can just be like, hey, stop, like devcast, like anything devcast stops. Okay, that's that done. So while that's deploying, let's set up our load balancer. I don't know what load balancer is on. So it might, it's 80. Yeah.
I think either 8. Oh, shouldn't it?
Yeah, we're not even passing through our certs. I mean, we need to set all of that up. Let's go 80. Let's do nice, simple, unauthenticated. No job. And then I mean, we've got this. Because I didn't know that's one. Obviously, don't. Is it load balancer? Traffic. Right.
Because of rivers.
Well, so it's very clear that actually hear about.
I think 8081 is the dash. What's dashboards?
Yeah, on the dashboard and the like. Actual mouse getting one.
Yeah, we'll probably depending how smooth this goes, maybe we'll have time to link in one of the services, but we'll see.
don't know if, yeah, Vault doesn't carry nomad tokens yet. So we'll have to get a nomad token into traffic. Don't know anything about
What policies we have.
traffic. Chance that that's just going to work. Well, that doesn't. Oh, no, it's not HTTPS. HTTP. Until one was the dashboard. This is
It may just take a little while to spin up. Yeah.
Well, it's trying to connect to console.
Do we have a config in there that's telling it to connect to console?
I wonder if it's because it can see console as a thing. Core files, traffic. Oh yeah.
That'll be why.
Hey, this providers block.
We can have a nice vanilla traffic install.
Yeah, sorry, just having a little bit of sneezing fit, which probably isn't helping typing.
It's a bit early in the year for hay fever.
I don't know what it is. Been kicked up some dust or something.
You're typing too fast. You're shredding your keycaps.
God, I hope not. Okay. That should come exchange. I think it's my screen keeps going white, which is very bright. Which is doing like looking at something.
That makes some people sneeze.
It doesn't normally to me. I think it's just because it's like goes from black to just like almost flash out.
Friend, you remember a story from ages ago. Why you should sit in dark rooms and stare at screens, but he for way too long, sort of all through the night, just with screen on, no lights. The next morning he came into school wearing sunglasses because he just ruined the sensitivity of his eyes. It's great for
It's like if you ever leave a cinema. It's okay. Boom.
like it's complaining yet.
It doesn't look like it's doing anything yet, which doesn't. Forget about it.
HTTP.
Yep, HTTP. I wonder if we're having an issue with the binding to the local IP address instead of the public IP address.
Yes, probably.
But we've also not restarted these instances until since we've made the change. Right? The change was a non-restarting change. Let's find this SSH that I did a while ago.
No, I've got a redirect. Got moved permanently when I curl.
The traffic.
Yeah, it's 8080 dashboard, something 404.
No, it's 8081/dashboard/hash/. Why is my SSH not working anymore?
Didn't you turn debug off and apply Terraform?
Oh yeah. Fine, let's do it properly. System CTL restart nomad sudo. It's still saying address is the public one. We may have to edit the config file. Good thing we did this. We found an issue. Oops. Base config server. Yeah. Oh no, get public interfaces with, I mean, this saying advertise on the IPv6 address. Would this need to be, oops. That?
Yeah, I guess.
Oops. Still just using the public IP address, IPA.
I don't know, the unique platform network internal IP. Could you get it to bind to that using a tag instead?
But that's the wrong IP.
The one below.
Oh, that's one.
Yeah.
One way, isn't it? I mean, I'd rather get.
It's a default. Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, do we want default? I'm just thinking if the majority of the traffic's going to go through.
Probably not. We probably want default to bind to internal and then yeah. Because we're essentially moving the boundary in a layer.
Yeah.
So then binding automatically to the private IP is probably good.
Yeah, because I can. Oh, this is probably the issue. I can define it here.
Yeah. What was the tag?
Oh yeah. God, I can't remember how you use the tags.
You could always sanity check just by hard coding the IP.
I was thinking that.
I'll have a look about using host metadata on jobs.
I think I just do that because actually the issue isn't I think the issue is a internal traffic thing over a. Oh, saying that.
That looks fun.
Could not assign requested address. Oh, this is the bind, so
maybe Nomad's not exposing it, but exposing it to the job. And the port is that then advertised.
Although close to it means it does like only internal. So I assume this running well now.
No.
But there's no logging mode in this, so because this just wants to any. Let's go.
Which we only have one, but I think IP is spacing out a couple.
So that works properly. It doesn't look like that though. Yeah, because the zeros don't mean like, hey, just accept any incoming. I do wonder if this is a traffic isn't letting network connection in, letting network connection in.
Block. I wonder if you might have a little bit more.
Network moves host, network. But that's the only like network.
Default. I don't suppose there's anything in here about IP addresses.
Nope. There was, I mean, to like a different network mode.
Is it static? Host static and bridge.
Yeah, just wondering. This is the
trying to remember all of the.
We've got network mode and Podman there.
Trying to remember what we used debugging this before. Was it net and stat? Essentially, went to see what's listening on what port. You couldn't allow if the. It's interesting that I guess Pulse is its own service.
So we're currently doing it in a bad way, using host. We should be using Smoke for net and switch. Let's try this with Bridge and see what happens.
Bridge is what we use with console or Podman. Assuming.
So currently we're using host.
Although this probably should be host.
Host doesn't work. Which looks like it's not working either. I am a lot specific. That's Linux. Oh, Podman's certainly not happy. These are useful hours, Podman.
There's some connection refused there.
There's Cloudflare. That's me. Try to talk.
Doesn't look like.
Not currently. I changed Bridge, and which is probably why I said hosted. Should look at the one that I was so proud that we should be reading instead and see but if he's it's hosted on. Oh, there's the phone ports. Why should phone ports? No. Let's just we'll do HTTPS. Do some manual tweaking. Be weird if this works without having to define the ports for the container. Then maybe it's a like local versus external thing.
Maybe I'd be surprised. Let's
That
back
works.
up. It's spinning.
Yeah, but like this was instant.
Yeah.
Oh, my HTTP is still all the zeros. I'm still doing this, which probably also doesn't help.
Oh. iTerm 2's now got generative AI in it.
Oh, God. It's everywhere.
Let's write our own one. Get ahead of the curve. Get ahead of the curve. Get behind the curve.
Get on the curve. I don't really know. Oh, maybe because we didn't actually set the network to bridge to. Maybe we have to set both to bridge for it to work. Is there actually a network?
I think the external networking is set in the network block. It's been so. It's amazing how quickly you forget.
I don't know if we've got the CNI plugin installed. Yeah, because I can do mode equals bridge. That. Look at the amount this is adding.
That's fun.
But we don't have the bridge CNI installed.
Interesting.
So, yeah, we don't have the CNI installed. So this talks about host network. Designates the host network name to use when allocating ports. When port mapping, the host port will only forward traffic to the matched host network address. So do we have a network set up?
I think Podman. Is this running in a pod? Was this a Podman job?
No, nomad network. Because you can specify a host network.
I think Nomad does set up networks. I remember having to set names, like network namespaces, when debugging previously. So I think, but that was I'm not sure if that was a Podman side or a Nomad side. I think maybe this might be something to go
Debug.
away, do some
Yeah.
debugging on, and come back. As we've seemed to hit a dead end. We got our ingress up and running and proved that it works with things outside of Nomad, and I need to wire it into Nomad.
Yes, which we'll get there. How hard can it be?
Just turn off the private IP, then it's golden. Or overwrite that meta field in the config file. Both not recommended things to do, in case you are wondering. But right, I guess let's wrap up. So I'll say thank you for watching. Give us a follow on Twitch, like and subscribe on the YouTubes, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.